Shawty don't need no makeup, brown-eyed chick.
Okay, we're recording now, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, go.
Uh,
Hi, guys.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Anne,
And my name is Grace.
and we are the Barkada Banters.
Hey, yo.
So I hope that you guys are doing well. This episode we're thinking we're gonna talk about if we had a choice, would we live anywhere else?
Anne was the one who decided this topic, so you start, bro. Go on. Would you?
As you guys already know, if you listen to our previous episodes, we're currently living in Ireland, but we're originally from the Philippines. But I thought of doing this episode because for me, I'm having second thoughts about Ireland. Like, I would really want to live in Spain, I think.
And what's making you have second thoughts about living here?
It's so expensive and it's boring, and the weather is just so tiring.
So, what kind of like entertainment would you be looking for then?
It's not even the entertainment, you see. It's the vibe.
Yeah, it's
Like,
very quiet here, isn't it?
yeah, like for example, I was over in Spain for like a week and I was just working there. Like, I brought my work and just having the weather, even though I was working, my mood was so different.
Yeah. Well, now we have better weather now, in and out.
Yeah, but there, really, the vibe is different. Food, everything is cheap. Here, it's so expensive.
That's true. But then again, like we find it expensive. Like we find it cheap over there, but like the wages there is going to be equating to their standard of living,
True.
you know?
That's why you saying that I feel like I would really live there if I get the salary that I get here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Because it's the same. It's the same as saying that like I would love to live in the Philippines if I get the same salary as I would
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be living life then.
That would be so nice,
So
no?
you can't I guess you can't have it both ways,
And
really.
true. What about you? Like, would you want to move anywhere else?
Um I I don't know. I have decided to quit my
I
work.
know, crazy. I
Yeah,
can't believe you actually did it.
yeah. I'm tired. I hate having monotonous work
Mm-hmm.
and like it's everything's repetitive. And I like everything kind of dynamic and something's changing.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm kind of looking for something. Um, I'm looking to see if there is an opportunity abroad. For now, I don't think I'm really looking that
Mm-hmm.
hard, but I'm sure there is. Like we've looked before of like going to New Zealand. So again, I have a healthcare background, so like moving anywhere with
Would
that
be
background
easy.
is very easy. But it's I don't know if I want to go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I I just want to have an easy life. Well, I
I
want to
know.
work.
You know, you said that in
Yeah.
previous
Yeah,
episodes.
I know. I said no. I want to work, but I also like I don't want to work too hard. You know, like I like to have a chill life.
Yeah, work but not work
Yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
need a work-life balance, and
Yeah.
I want my work to be like also something I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to find that first of all.
I think that's what is difficult, to be honest with you. Kasi, di ba, here in Ireland, I feel like the work life doesn't balance. It
No.
doesn't balance at all. Parang, ano kasi sila dito eh, puro work lang.
Mm.
To be honest with you. That's why a lot of Irish people go abroad for traveling, for holidays, and all that.
You see, that's still from like the previous generation, really. Any generation that they from previous that they always had work, 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 get to
Mm-hmm.
pension, and then you're chill.
Mm-hmm.
Like even growing up, we'd be like, oh, find a stable job, do your pension, and stay working there for whatever, and then retire and do everything you want.
Mm-hmm.
But like with our generation now, the newer generation, people would rather have that balance. They're a bit better, but it still needs a lot of work because obviously workplaces want you to work more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why now with the company I work with, they do a
Yeah.
lot of, we do recognitions, recognition program, but it's still not the same. You need to have that time. You don't
Mm-hmm.
like bonuses and all that are all well and good, but you need the time to be able to do what you want and not just having to work like majority of
Crazy.
your life
Yeah. I think we should have a part-time job.
full time and then part time.
No, just part-time. Like, you know, some people are doing the fit pics,
Oh God.
the fit finder, and all that.
Right, yeah. When it
That
first,
is a part-time
when it,
anywhere.
when that first started, maybe it would have been fine. But now, like
There's a lot.
everybody has it now, like, and not just
But
feet, like,
I think that would be really good money though. You can do it anywhere.
yeah,
Imagine lying on the beach somewhere in Spain.
yeah,
You're
but
just taking pictures of your feet.
yeah, but like, think about it, like, okay, sure, like you're taking pictures, it's all easy, it's very easy job, whatever. You get to like take care of yourself because you need to take care of like that's your asset. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, you have to have that conscious of like
Someone
somebody's somebody's looking at your feet like creepily,
getting
and
off.
then oh no, bro, I don't have. I
No.
I get the
When you put it like that, like I stop at that point na. Okay, they're just looking at my pictures. That's where my thought
ick.
stops.
Yeah, but no, no,
I don't even want to think about what they do about those pictures.
girl. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of. Do you know? Do you know? I don't know if anyone is familiar with Reddit. I don't. Not a lot of
Right.
people is familiar with Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for some reason, I had logged onto it or something, and I just made a comment, just I whatever, and somebody messaged me and was like, "Do you do feet pics?" And I was like, "No," and I thought like this was one of those robot things, or like like
Oh
ad
my
kind of
god.
stuff. So I was really curious as to like why would you even like it's a stranger like on the internet? Why are you asking? And you don't even know me. I literally had one comment. He
Do
was
you have a picture on that
no
profile?
no picture, like I was anonymous,
Oh shit.
literally, and he was like hi, I know this is really strange, but um, do you do feet pics? And I was like, no. And he's like, yeah, if you do, I'll pay you like something. I
Maybe
don't
it's
know.
a scam or something.
I don't know what it was, but I said no, I don't do it. But I did ask of like, why would you ask this to like a stranger, and like what gets you off on this thing? They're like, oh, I don't know, it's just so nice. And like, and I asked like, why don't you just? There's a lot of like websites you can go to this, and they're like, no, but it's not as like personal.
Personal,
I'm
yeah.
like, yo, that is creepy. So I logged off and never logged back in ever again.
Okay.
But anyway, so back to our topic. Would you move?
I,
uh,
I, I'm disgusted.
yeah, yo, dude, there's freaks out there, so you have to be careful. That's
That
also
that should be our next topic next time. Like,
the weirdos in the internet.
and in life.
Oh, girl. But that's also like going back to our topic. Like that's the thing in Ireland. You do get some creeps, but like I don't feel like you get as much creeps as you would get in other places. Like
Mm,
especially a lot of like popular places like in Spain and stuff like that.
yeah. Like, to be honest with you, if it's really hard. I know I said that like I would move to Spain, but like would I choose anywhere else at the moment? I'm like no. At the
Mm,
same time, kasi living here for how many years now? 20 years? Whatever. I feel safe here.
yeah.
I go on night
Mhm.
outs
Mhm.
in Dublin.
Yeah.
And as a woman, you know how nightlife
Mm.
is like.
And it's easy to like you don't really hear many crimes that's going on here at all in Ireland. Like the crimes that do occur are like intentional for that specific person.
Hmm.
Um,
But no random.
yeah,
There's a few, but like
very rare, if
hmm
at all.
yeah.
Like in fairness, Ireland is a small country, but So like it's very like you could finish on your own, like in the in town. That sounds bad. You could be like out clubbing or whatever in Dublin, and you finish at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're still safe.
Yeah, and I get the bus home,
Yeah,
and I'm all right. But don't get me wrong, I've had my
yeah.
share. You
There's
know,
always
the
there's
creeps and stuff. Like sometimes I don't feel safe. There was that thing that happened a few years ago, the riot thingy in Dublin,
oh yeah,
where I didn't go in Dublin for like 2 months
yeah.
because I felt so scared.
But not like it's still currently ongoing. Especially like yesterday
I
there
saw.
was anti-immigration riot or protest in Dublin. Like it's kind of it's very tough right now for foreigners. But my main thing is as well with that, it's like everybody's a foreigner. Like everybody, Irish people like go are
Uh,
globally
mm-hmm.
around. Filipinos are around globally as
Yes,
well.
exactly.
So I it doesn't make sense to be rioting. Like I understand there's like the people that are illegal and all that, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't be taking it out on everybody. Like
Mm,
people
I
use that
think
as
they
an
need to
excuse.
be they need to be specific. I think yeah, as you said, like people are just making it as an excuse,
Hmm.
but not actually for the purpose
Yeah,
of what they're trying to do.
it's just pe- people just want drama. So people just need that chaos.
Yeah,
Like for instance, the one we heard this morning about what happened in Vancouver, with so I think 9 people.
9 people
Y-
are
cor-
confirmed dead,
Yeah,
but there might be more, and there's a lot injured.
yeah. So like this guy, we don't know. I didn't see who it was, but
They didn't even say
they yeah,
like what's the nationality of that
no,
person.
they ran over like Filipino festival that was happening in Vancouver. Of like it was kind of like a street fest kind
Street
of,
fest, yeah,
but it was like
Lapu Lapu block
yeah,
party
yeah, something
street
like that.
fest.
And like there's kids, like those kind of things. There's kids. It's family orientated kind of stuff. And why would you even like think of doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not.
But we don't know also. Maybe lang maybe the car,
Yeah, there's something went wrong with the car
yeah,
and all that. Yeah,
nasiraan or the brake wasn't braking.
yeah, I get that, but like it, with the like with the environment nowadays, let's be real. It's
Mm-hmm. But to be honest, that's why, like for example, would I live to US or Canada? I don't think
no
so. I don't
America, no,
no, not
like the
north.
continent of America, no
Not
way.
north, not south for me. Visiting, yes, definitely. I'd love to go. I've never been. Living, no.
No.
I wouldn't even wanna think about it.
Yeah, there's also that thing of like you pay for your tickets, you get everything. This is in a matter of the US. You get your tickets, you get like your e-visa or whatever, and then you can arrive there, and there you can just like, no, you're not allowed in.
Don't
And
they
then
do the same in in Australia?
do that
Yeah,
for they just like even after being approved and everything. That's so like
they do it in the airport, and
it's
they're
not
like,
due to like something that occurred. You have some stuff that in customs are not allowed and stuff like that. No,
not even
they're just doing it.
like for reasons. Like they check everything, and if they don't validate it,
Mm, yeah. Well, regardless, U.S., Australia, or whatever country it is, regardless,
mm-hmm,
it's a bit annoying. Can't you do that check
mm-hmm,
before you do all of that stuff? This is why there's like regulations for like visas and your application
mm-hmm,
for visa before you buy your ticket. Like you have to pay for that. Like, and then
yeah,
what?
and
You
it's
just
not cheap. Visas are not cheap.
no. Not just visas, your ticket, and then the clothes that you have, like clothes
Yeah,
you have to buy. There's a lot of like logistics to it as well.
just preparation wise. But like I don't know, Australia for me is a big no no.
Oh, why?
It's a big no no. I can't. Yeah, imagine.
Um, so Anne is like maarte.
I am not maarte, but snakes and lizards and uh, scorpions and spiders and did I mention snakes?
bro.
They could be in your backyard,
Dude,
bro.
they can do the same thing in the Philippines.
Yeah, but there is more.
Oh.
Yeah, and the
Girl,
desert. Oh my god! And you don't know what lies on the desert. Maybe there's a scorpion
the same thing
or
in
the
the
snake.
ocean. Oh, in fairness, you don't like the ocean either.
Uh, but like, I feel like I'm I'm a scaredy cat, and I'm not as adventurous as I think I am. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean?
I think you're a bougie adventurous.
No, it's just
Yeah, you like to have like you have to have that comfort of everything that's
yeah.
like everything is as it should be wherever you are. Like you hate camping.
I would love to try.
The way you just swallowed your saliva just I would love to try.
Thinking about it is giving me anxiety
So how
because
are you going to move? Like
that's why I can't even. For example, I have a friend. Okay, she's Spanish. Actually, she's from Spain. She lived here in Ireland before for a few years, and then she likes traveling
that's
around. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Ali.
Hmm.
That's Ali, and she went to US, and now she's in New Zealand. But like, she's staying in hostels and stuff. I can't even like.
Hostels I wouldn't. Well, it depends on like what kind of hostel it is,
Like for
but
example, it's a, like 10 people
no,
mixed dormitory room.
I cannot. I don't know. I can't. So Filipinos, you guys, if you're Filipino, you should know this. And if anybody, like a lot of people know other Filipinos, but you know, we're tiny. Like we're short, like five
Mm-hmm.
foot women, and like being in those hostels is pretty scary. Um,
It's
especially
not
if you don't
just
really know
that.
how to
I
like
feel like
defend
I
yourself. What is that noise, girl?
like I feel icky
With other people, yeah, I know.
with other people in the toilet. How is it like? I have a thing with toilets.
Yeah, I know you have
This
a
is why
thing
I
with
can't
toilets.
travel around. I like my comfort here right now in
Hmm.
Ireland.
So young.
But like,
But what do you like? Why are you like there in the Philippines though? Because like I heard you were telling me like you're spending like
oh,
10 people in one room.
oh, but they're my family.
Yeah,
Imagine
but
with
yeah,
strangers.
but still, I don't even I don't do that when I'm going to the Philippines.
Well, not everyone has a big house,
No.
okay?
But still, though, like oh,
We don't. We only have 2 rooms kasi there.
okay.
So, in the other room, the ceiling is falling off. No one lives there.
Um,
So we're
do you know that's even
thinking.
scarier? You know that like superstition in the Philippines of like if you leave a house on its own and nobody lives there, the others will start living there too.
Well, I hope not.
Are you sure it's 10 people and not like 12?
Maybe. But like, to be honest, I grew up there. I have seen
Stuff.
I have seen stuff, I have felt stuff, but it's okay. Hindi naman yung nakakatakot or like yung mga dangerous na ano.
Mm, no. But yeah, back to the hostel. No, can't do hostels.
Yeah.
I would do a hostel, but only if I have like a private room.
Yeah, but what if it's like shared bathroom?
I don't think I'd mind if I'm not staying that long. Like I don't think I'd mind.
Hmm.
Although the showering thing maybe it's gonna be sus.
See,
But like if it's only all girls, it's like going to the gym.
I think yeah, but I don't shower in the gym.
Oh God.
I shower here at home.
Mm.
That's why I think that leaving or would I move anywhere else, it has to be a lot of factors.
There's a lot of logistics to it, dude. And not even just like figuring out where you're gonna live, like finding a place to live is one of them, but also like you have your whole life here.
Yeah, and your work and like what you're gonna
Yeah,
do about it, or like are you gonna live with
other people.
yeah, how are you even
Mm,
gonna go and find people who you live with?
right.
Like it's hard.
I admire or hanga ako sa
Wow.
I know, right? To like people that have moved their whole life, like their whole families, like our parents. move their whole lives to move to a different country for a better life.
Mhm.
And we're here thinking, uh, like this is all great and all, but I want to have like a more chill kind of
Yeah.
life. Like such a big difference of the reasons to like to be moving abroad. And it takes a lot more to like move your whole family
Mhm.
and like have to save up all that and make sure you have the space for the whole family and
Mhm.
like you have to cater to everybody's needs. It's
Mhm.
tough.
It's very tough, and like, how you gonna meet new friends and food? How will you find what's your favorite grocery store?
But then again, it's gonna be the same. It's like an adventure. Like you have to figure all these out
Yeah,
again.
that's why I said I don't think it's as adventure. But that's why I think that I'm not adventurous enough to do it. And another thing is it's economically economically it's good here in Ireland.
Yeah. Like as much as we like complain about like the rent and the
Yeah, we
pay,
say
but
that
like
like everything is expensive. Money is good here.
yeah. And, like if you move to like of course if you're gonna live into like the main cities like Dublin, Cork,
Mhm.
they're gonna be expensive. Like that's like anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you move out like suburban,
Mhm.
like it's pretty cheap. Like I
Yeah.
live out in the middle of nowhere kind of,
You have a
and
car.
I have a car and it's so cheap. Like even if I didn't have a car, there's like the train, there's the bus there.
Mhm.
Like it's very easy to get there regardless, but it's out in the like middle of nowhere. But I love it because everything I need is there,
It's,
and I don't like going into the cities too often.
mm.
It's
But
too loud.
imagine you're in Spain and you don't even need a car. Not even. Everything is a walking distance. The beach is just down
Mm.
there.
No, I don't speak Spanish.
I go there a lot. I don't speak Spanish.
Hola.
I know a few words, but like everyone speaks English nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. I told you this earlier. I really, if I had to move, like if I had to move the same age that I did when I was like 7, I
Mm-hmm.
would have rather moved to like a country mainland Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, like Germany, Finland, Sweden, Switzerland, kind of
Mm-hmm.
Italy even. Just because they have a different language.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would love to be able to integrate into that. And like those countries, they don't just speak their own language, but because they're so close together, they
Mm-hmm.
end up having to learn like the other
Which
languages.
yeah.
So if you know like German, you know like Swedish or no French,
Dutch.
Dutch,
Yeah.
or whatever German. So I think that would be very cool, like being able to learn all that, and I'd say they're more accepting of like
I have a friend that lived in Netherlands for 2 years. They didn't have to speak Dutch.
what do they speak English?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what kind of how you integrate. Because like don't forget, like even here in the Philippines, not even here in Ireland, like for people that have lived here for like decades, they still don't like speak sometimes, especially if they stay within their community and they don't integrate well.
Mm-hmm.
They just do their work and then like stay within their community, so they don't like be they're not able to speak to others quite as fluently in English. And they've been here for
Yeah, but
decades.
they would know.
Some people
They
don't.
can still converse
Mm, like sometimes,
somehow.
yeah, but
Like
like minimal.
this friend of mine, the couple,
Didn't know at all.
nothing at all.
Well, if they're not interested to learn, like of
Mm.
course they're not going to. If they don't have to use it, and if they don't like talk to people that speak
Mm-hmm.
Dutch, like it's up to you. Again, it's up
No.
to the
Probably the
individual.
last thing that I'd want to learn is Dutch.
I would like to learn Italian, German.
For me, Spanish and Italian. And it would be easier for us to learn them because Filipino is kind of same as Spanish.
Yeah, you kind of have the same kind of accent ish,
Mm,
like
yeah.
wordings and stuff, so it'll be much easier. But unfortunately, no, we're here in Ireland and we have to learn. I had to learn English and Gaelic and French failed my. Oh no, I passed my French, but
I liked when I studied French actually, but
I
it's those accents that I can't get.
and it's also like embarrassing because I
Mm,
don't know what it is like when I came here to Ireland. So I came when I was in primary school, and like I love learning languages. So when I started learning English more fluently here, I also had to learn Irish, so Gaeilge, and back in school I would study like properly, whereas and if the teacher was asking questions, like I would be the first one to answer,
mm,
but then it would be like my classmates would be like, "Oh, you're just showing off," like kind of like teasing. So it
mm-hmm.
kind of like put me off a lot. And like, especially in Gaeilge, like depending on which county you're from or district you're from in Ireland, like they have a different almost dialect kind of,
Yeah,
or the way of speaking.
yeah, their accents.
Y- Not just the accent, but like sometimes their um form of sentences can differ based on where you are from. So it was,
Okay.
yeah, it was very hard to like switch from. I had like three different people in primary school to switch from, and then um Miss Connors, I think was it, in second.
I don't know, but it sounds right. Like
Yeah,
that's a proper Irish.
yeah. In secondary school, like I switched like two different teachers, and they're also different, like different way of forming sentences, and I'm like,
Mm,
nah, fuck this.
okay, but yeah,
And like the languages in Irish as well, like we don't like speak it in every day, so it's
no,
hard to learn as well as French. So it's not really conversational. It's just like biblioteca,
yeah,
bonjour, you know.
yeah, but like, so you wouldn't really want to live anywhere else at the moment, cause
You know what? If I had to move now, in my age, without my experiences, I'd have to move to a country I speak that speaks English.
okay, you don't want to stay here.
I don't know. I really like Ireland. It's just,
Don't.
I'm not I'm not fussy. Again, wherever I'm comfortable, I'm fine with. That's my home.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm.
But you would definitely move to Spain if you could.
If
They
I
had the
can get
same
my
money.
salary, same salary,
Yeah,
that oh my goodness! Like imagine you can just rent something for like 400 euro, and that's like a whole apartment.
for a month. Oh, nice. Why don't you just pretend that you still live here?
IP address and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
VPN.
No, no, I can't do that for my work. It's connected.
Boo.
Yeah, it's a pretty global one. But yeah, so I think like, what about you guys? If you have a choice, would you move to another country apart from where you are living right now? Do let us know.
Comment below. Bye. Like, subscribe, all that.
Jeez.
What?
All
All that.
that like
That what?
all that stuff. Comment. No, it's like, comment, subscribe, and share. What? And hit the bell button.
See you
Okay, thanks,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.